Ladies, I'm here tonight on the show. And tonight, I'm going to do Smackdown Recap. All right, so this show starts off with Brock Lesnar doing a promo, obviously pissed off about what happened last Saturday night in New York when Roman Reigns and the Usos beat the hell out of him and bloodied him. They powerbomb him through the steel steps. He says, I want blood. I don't give a shit about the titles, the contract we signed. He fucking throws his title out the ring, calling out Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman comes out and tells him Roman Reigns is not here tonight because because for your protection he's not here tonight. And then Brock Lesnar was like, well, then who the hell's going to, if Roman Reigns is not here, who the hell's going to protect you? Paul Heyman has like a pendejo face on. And then Brock gets out of the ring, starts chasing Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman goes to the backstage and fucking runs out of the building, gets on the parking lot, gets in a car, and gets the hell out of Alabama like a bitch. Brock is all pissed off, starts breaking everything. There's security there. He just starts being the shit of security. And that's that. That's how we saw this feud. Oh, man. That's it? This is supposed to be a big feud of both the Universal Champion and the WWE Champion. And that's what you give us? We're 3 weeks away from WrestleMania, and your Roman Reigns is nowhere to be found. Last time these two were in the ring together, beating each other up, was in a fucking house show in New York. Terrible what's going on with this feud. The lack of interest for us, the TV fans, is terrible, man. Unbelievable. That's all we saw. No Roman Reigns. A little fucking Brock Lesnar doing a little promo and then chasing Paul Heyman out of the arena. That's it. Terrible. Then we get Sheamus versus in a tag team match with Rich Holland and Big E and Kofi. Unfortunately, in this match, Rich Holland does a belly-to-belly suplex outside in the ring to Big E, where Big E lands on his head on his neck, and he suffers a legit broken neck. Oh, my Lord, man. Big E, man, I feel so sorry for this guy, man. What a shitty-ass year it's been for him. Losing his fucking WWE Championship back in January, then for no reason getting sent to SmackDown, and now breaks his neck, man. Oh, my Lord. He did say he had mobility and everything, his hands and his arms and his feet, his legs. And also I think they're saying that this is not going to have to need surgery. I don't know, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, my Lord. So Big E's probably going to be out for a while with a broken neck. There's probably going to be more testing to be done in the next few days on Big E, and we'll see what the future holds. But obviously, it turns into kind of a handicap match. Sheamus and Rich Osling obviously win. I think they called an audible. The match ended pretty quickly after that. And then after that, they started doing a bunch of replays. I think they didn't want to show that Big E was legit hurt, getting stretched out of the arena. They kind of fucked up, and I think they fucking started passing the replay of Monday Night Raw, Kevin Owens calling Stone Cold Steve Austin out to invite him to his Kevin Owens show. They go to commercial and they come back and they replayed it again. That's when you know something's up, when they just fucking replayed it. They go to commercial, they replayed it again, then replay Stone Cold Steve Austin's response on Twitter, accepting the invitation to a Kevin Owens show. And then I think they started doing stuff about Sami Zayn and Jackass. Just trying to probably just a bunch of replays, recaps to try to fucking probably avoid having to. They didn't even say anything. Michael Cole, Pat McAfee never said anything about Big E. All they said is, well, the match was still going on, that Big E being attended to by our medical staff. But after that, they never acknowledged it. They never acknowledged it that Big E got hurt and then he was stretched out of the arena. Big E acknowledged it. Obviously, he made a video a few hours later. And I mean, fans who were in the arena were putting videos on Twitter, but the WWE never acknowledged after Big E had left in an arena in a stretcher. And then they also got a third person. They got it from NXT, Butch, who was, I don't think that wasn't even his name. I don't think they changed his name. They call him Butch now. I think his name was Pete Dunne in NXT, and now they call him Butch. Again, they continue. What's the point of these NXT things if you're just going to change their names or character when you get them off to the fucking... How many times have we seen this? We saw it with Walter when he was in NXT UK. Now they put him in NXT here in the normal one in the US, and now they call him Gunther. They did same thing. Doudrop when she was in NXT UK. Burkat Lee for Keith Lee. Karrion Kross made him a fucking jobber. It's like, what's the point of investing in these NXT characters if once they get to the main roster, they're gonna get a completely different character? So this guy Pete Dunne, who's been in NXT for a while, with this character Pete Dunne, and all of a sudden he shows up on Raw with a new different name, Butch. Like, what the hell, man? Same thing. Walter, when he was in the UK, he was Walter, but now that he's in the US, now he's Gunther. Why do you change people's names? I don't get it. Guys, I've been here on YouTube for all these years. I'm CE, but now I'm gonna change it to Gonzalez. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, what the hell, man? All right, and then we got Happy Corbin, and Happy Corbin beat the hell out of if Drew McIntyre came out, they were gonna do, I think, a 6-man tag team match, and or whatever, and Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss and Jinder Mahal and Suki, they beat the hell out of everybody backstage, and then they came out and started beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Drew McIntyre ended up beating the hell out of all of them. Happy Corbin ended up leaving the ring, and he gets his sword out, and beats the hell out of everybody. Shanky and Drew Mahal and what's that other guy's name? Madcap Moss. Whatever. No match, no contest. Then we get a little promo with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. Charlotte pretty much, Ronda Rousey saying, I'm not a one-trick pony. Charlotte says, I'm a one-trick pony, but I'm not. I'm going to make her tap out, and I'm not going to make her tap out with the arm bar. I'm going to make her tap out with the angle lock, who I've been perfecting the last few years after my mentor, Kurt Angle. Then Charlotte comes out and says, you're a one-trick pony. I'm not tapping out to you. Again, this shit about, I think they kind of realized that they fucked up when she said she never tapped out in her career after people were saying she did tap out to Sasha Banks. So now they just say, I'm not tapping out to you. They're no longer saying I haven't tapped out in my career. So at least they fixed that part. And then later on in the arena, I'll get to it, whatever. Charlotte just ends up walking away. Rousey tells her, either you're tapping out or I'm coming home with your arm or your leg. I'm gonna rip it apart if you don't tap out. All right, whatever. And then we get Sasha Banks in a tag team match with Naomi versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. Sasha Banks and Naomi win. And then we get a match between Rick Boone and Jay Uso, and the stipulations is that if Rick Booth wins, he and Shinsuke Nakamura get a tag team title match at WrestleMania, and obviously Rick Booth wins, so now it's official. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Booth versus the Usos at WrestleMania for the SmackDown tag team titles. Kind of made Jay look like a pendejo, right? Even before the match, Jimmy's like, you want to go one-on-one with the right-hand man? Main event Jay Uso. He hypes him up, and then he fucking loses. So much for main event Jay Uso fucking losing to Rick Booth. Pendejo face for Jay Uso. And then we're about to get the main event, Ricochet versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Champion. And right before that, Austin Theory comes out, and he starts confronting McAfee again. He slaps him just like he did last week, but this time McAfee gets pissed, jumps onto the announce table over to Austin Theory, beats the hell out of them. Security comes in and breaks it up. And they score both of them, both Austin Theory and Pat McAfee out of the arena. And then they come back, they do the match. Michael Cole kept saying, Pat McAfee, you have to be a professional. He kept on, be a professional, McAfee, be a professional. You'll settle this in 3 weeks at WrestleMania. And then after they come back from the commercial break, they both been escorted by security. And Michael Cole just kept saying, I don't know what the repercussions are going to be, the consequences are going to be for my partner, Pat McAfee. After what he did, I understand he's mad, but he has to be a professional as a commentator, as a pro. And so I don't know. Michael Cole kept saying throughout the Ricochet's Sami Zayn fight that about Pat McAfee possibly being suspended. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But maybe Pat McAfee can't be on SmackDown next week, and they had to do that so he couldn't be on. That could be the excuse. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, he was really teasing like a punishment, maybe like a suspension for Pat McAfee. And then the main event, I didn't really give a shit, man. Ricochet beat Sami Zayn, whatever. And then the show finally over with Charlotte and kind of like it started, right, with Brock Lesnar chasing Paul Heyman out of the arena in the parking lot. Same way it ends with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte beating the hell out of each other in the parking lot. And Charlotte slammed her through the damn car. And I mean, they made Charlotte look strong here. They made her look strong. She pretty much beat up Ronda Rousey, and that was the end of the show. They kept punching the referees and the security guard. That was kind of funny. The woman beating up the man. That was kind of funny. They made those men look like a pendejos, man, getting beat up by girls. But that was pretty much the show. At least they made Charlotte look strong at the end because they made her look like a dumbass, like a bitch walking out in the promo. But then at the end with the parking lot brawl, they made her look strong, beating up Ronda Rousey, making it believable that Charlotte might actually beat up Ronda Rousey. Who knows? Ronda Rousey, I'm not sure what the contract is. Maybe it's just a WrestleMania thing, and then maybe she could lose, and then she disappears again. Who knows? It's possible. I don't know how long they signed it for. I don't know if it's just for the WrestleMania program or if she's here long term. I don't see her being full time. I think it's probably like a part time thing, but we'll see what happens. It seemed like this show, the matches sucked. It was like the promos, like were the big, like I thought it was a little bit entertaining. Brock Lesnar chasing Paul Heyman and beat up the security. Same thing with Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, the brawl. There was another brawl with, like I said, with Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin and Jinder Mahal and Ginger Chinky beating up. It was like a lot of backstage brawls. Even Pat McAfee and Austin Theory brawl. A lot of brawls. Like it seemed more like a fucking ECW show. Like, I don't know, like more hardcore. Like the thing that happened in the ring was kind of boring. Everything, the most exciting things were outside the ring. Fucking even Big E, Jesus Christ. It's just that everything that happened today was outside the ring. Everything that happened inside the ring was kind of boring, to be honest. All the action was either backstage or in the outside. Fucking that's where Pat McAfee and Austin Theory brawl. That's the exact same spot where fucking Big E broke his neck right in front of the commentary table. So that was all the action tonight, whether in the parking lot or right by the fucking commentary table. The ring action was terrible tonight. That's all I have to say. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, got to pick it up. Unacceptable to me that Roman Reigns is nowhere to be found 3 weeks before WrestleMania. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Until next time, I'm like a light.